Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny. Saturday, May 25th. I'll get to the comics in just a second. The weekends are for the comics. I don't want to waste too much time up top. But you know what I will say? I was catching up on my television, my programs, and I was watching the season finale to Saturday Night Live from last week. And you know what I think that show needs? Just a really old guy as a cast member. You know, like, it's all these young people who are very talented. But what if there was just like one really, really old guy who maybe wanted to be there, maybe didn't want to be there? Like, I feel like that would get so much viewership. It would get so many people talking. And it's not like you'd have to have him on for too long. Like, I'm talking about ancient. And he'd be dead in like a year or two. So you don't have to really commit. You'd look like a good guy for hiring the guy in the first place. Wouldn't that be fun? Just picture your favorite SNL sketch of all time. And now just imagine a really old guy is somewhere in that sketch. Maybe he's not the lead, but he's just there. He has like one line, and it's just always changing up the entire vibe of the sketch. Maybe he's playing his age. Maybe he's playing a 25-year-old. That could be funny. Maybe he's imitating a celebrity. Because also, you know, I feel like people judge the current cast members for like, was this a good enough impression? Does this person really act like the celebrity they're spoofing? But no one's gonna come down too hard on like a 90-year-old man trying to imitate Robert Downey Jr. or whatever. They'll just be like, yeah, well, he's 90. It makes sense that he couldn't nail it. I don't know. I would be watching live every week if there was a 90-year-old man on the cast. I don't know. That's just a thought. Let's get to the comics. First up, I gotta go back to it. It's the featured comic on ComicsKingdom.com this week, and my personal favorite for comedic inspiration. It's Zippy the Pinhead. What a genius strip this always is. It's always very surreal, never what I expect it to be, and it takes me out of my element. Let's check it out for today. Okay, 2 people that look incredibly similar in clothing, face, slight hairstyle. One is just double the size, looks like the mother of the other. Little Zippy liked to look at things. Big Zippy, I'll call him, says, "What do you see, little Zippy?" Looking through a hole in a fence. Little Zippy says, "I see the sky on the other side of this peephole." Another headline, he loved comic books, especially Baby Huey, Little Iodine, and Tales from the Crypt. Which is your favorite, Vault of Horror or Haunt of Fear? Little Zippy says, "I like grave robbers." When he watched TV, he thought the people on the TV were talking to him, especially on the news, when the weather lady looked directly at him. Uh-oh, that low pressure over Idaho is headed right at my building. Now can we talk about Baby Huey? What? Whoa. I'm confused. This is strange. Where to begin? So the final panel, the weather person, first of all, is giving a very frightening glance at little Zippy. And also the weather person is dressed like the rest of this population, which I believe I equated to looking like the 1920s movie Freaks a few days ago, which I still find apt. But I'm very confused. Now he wants the weather woman to talk about comics? Man, this is strange stuff. Who writes this? Bill Griffith. Also, the title of this strip is called Oi the Vault, and I don't know why. Nothing about it makes sense to me. Why is there a peephole in a fence with an arrow directly pointed to it? Why is the mother figure allowing and perhaps encouraging little Zippy to look through a hole in a fence? Which, holes in walls, perfectly circular holes in walls. I don't want to get graphic, but with an arrow pointing to them, I wouldn't allow a child. But also interesting that this is clearly a fictional world, and yet real things like Tales from the Crypt exist in it. So that's peculiar. But no, really the strangest part is this weather woman in a background of all black, clearly breaking the fourth wall and looking at little Zippy through the TV. This world is beginning to frighten me. All right, let's move on to Beetle Bailey. Let's get a little more realism, shall we? All right, two soldiers are looking at the classic peace symbol. One says, the peace sign was created in 1958. The other says, 66 years ago. The first guy says, and we still have wars. Beetle Bailey says, it's no stop sign. That's good. It's a little funny, but powerful in the sense. Perhaps also gets to the inherent problems of branding. And maybe the weirdest part is I don't know where they are. I always thought they were stationed on an army base. But for some reason, the authors decided to draw a cafe in the background for no reason. That building did not have to be labeled anything. The primary focus is on the peace symbol, but still. Also, who's putting up posters with just the peace sign in 2024 and no text? I feel like I haven't seen the peace symbol in years, it feels like. Right? When's the last time you were out and about? Forget seeing it on a poster on a building, anywhere. It's kind of lost its luster. Maybe we need an updated peace sign. I don't know what it would be. We do have the classic two-finger salute as well, so there is that. We could lean into that more. I don't know, I'm not here to start a revolution. All right, Rex Morgan time. I believe last time we were still being introduced to new people in the strip. Let's see if that pattern continues. Yep, still some newbies. We're at a diner setting. Headline says, Wanda and Truck are living their retro diner roots country life to the fullest. I guess this is Truck says, can I have another piece of this pecan pie, honey? Wanda says, whatever you want, darling. Then we see another new guy sitting at the diner as well, so he's with Truck. Headline says, Mud Murphy stops by the diner when he's in town. He and Truck are writing some songs together. Mud Murphy says, is it me and you down by the creek, or you and me? Truck says, whatever works. What terrible... Whatever works? Like you're writing music together. Collaborate. Don't just say whatever works. Offer your thoughts. Also, why are you writing music in a diner? That's gonna annoy anybody else in there. It doesn't seem conducive to a good environment to create music. You're trying to do too much at once. Satisfy your hunger, write music. Don't do everything half-assed. Lean into one activity for a while. Good Lord. Also, they're living their retro diner roots country life to the fullest. What does that mean? They just sit in this diner all day? Like, does Truck just have everyone come to him and he never leaves the diner booth? He's eating there, he's writing music. Who knows what else he's gonna be doing in there? I didn't mean for that to be dirty, but it did sound a little dirty. Alright, let's take a look at the comments. Do Tell says, Truck still mooching off Wanda, I see. And such constructive advice to give Mud. Mooching off Wanda, is he not paying the tab? Is he just having endless pieces of pecan pie brought to him? Yeah, I'd like to know, does he do anything for a living? This truck man? You would think he drives a truck. Because why else would he be called Truck? He doesn't look like a truck. Maybe he just owns a truck. Man, that'd be sad if like your entire existence was distilled down to just owning a truck. Like you got nothing else interesting about you. So we're gonna call you Truck. Because your original name sucks, and the one thing we know about you is you own a truck. Alright, let me think of what to write here. Okay, I think this is really funny. From the point of view of Truck, I say, I don't know if it's me and you or you and me. All I know is if my second slice of pecan pie doesn't get here, someone's gonna pecan die. Oh, like imagine him saying that while they're writing music and being like really serious. All right, send. Oh, that was great. All right, I think it's time to wind down for this Saturday, May 25th, afternoon tea. I hope you have a lovely start to your weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.